Hello, viewers. Hope you are all fine. Many students face difficulty in memorizing things, and today we are going to discuss uh, the science of brain. To learn any new thing, we have to understand the brain science, and it will ultimately helps us to improve our memorization and enhance our learning skills. So let's understand the science of brain. We will discuss what is the brain, what are the different parts of the brain, prefrontal cortex, its definition, its example, and its review questions. And then we will discuss the second part of the brain, amygdala, its definition, its example, its review questions. And then we will go through hippocampus, its definition, its example, and its review questions. And then we will sum up the entire idea. So, what is the brain? The brain is the command center of the body, like a supercomputer controlling everything we do, think, and feel. As we know that brain is the king of the entire body. It's made up of billions of tiny cells, which we know as neurons, that communicate with each other using electrical signals. Uh, Students, you might have heard about the neurons and its structure. Neurons are have dendrites, uh, nucleus, and axon. Neuron pick signals from the other neurons and then process it to the next neurons. So there is a chain of neurons in our body, starting from the brain to the body, and uh, uh, takes up signals from the body to the brain. And the brain is responsible for who we are, how we think, and what we feel. There are different parts of the brain. Brain have specific These different parts of the brain have specific jobs, allowing us to think, move, feel emotions, and take care of vital functions like breathing and heartbeat. We will focus on three parts. What are those three parts? Prefrontal cortex, amygdala, and the hippocampus. These three parts of the brain are responsible for memorization and learning. So, the prefrontal cortex is a front part of the brain which is responsible for thinking, decision making, and emotions. It helps us remember things, focus, and control impulses when we learn new things. The prefrontal cortex changes its connections between brain cells that we just have discussed, known as neurons, allowing us to adapt and respond better to different situations. Students, as we know that neurons act as messengers from body to brain and brain to body. They are connected with each other through dendrites and tails. They pick signals from each other and move those signals to the different parts of the body, and then receive signals from the body and uh, move it to the brain. So, what is the significance of prefrontal cortex? Just like the wise oval, the prefrontal cortex is the smart decision maker of our brain. Every decision that we take in reaction to any external impulse, we take it through the prefrontal cortex. So, prefrontal cortex helps us or is responsible for higher order cognitive functions like an oval sharp intellect. So here comes a question. What does the prefrontal cortex mainly help you with? It helps us with feeling and expressing emotions. It helps us in making important decisions and thinking smartly. And it helps us remembering where you put your things. So the most important thing is making important decisions and thinking smartly. It allows you to adopt and learn new things as you grow. Like once you have experienced certain things, and then uh, whenever you experience similar type of thing, your prefrontal cortex will keep you remember the past experience and will make a connection with the new experience, and in this way our brain acts and helps us to keep the past memories and learn new things. Now comes the amygdala. What what is the function of amygdala and how does it work? Amygdala is an almond-shaped brain structure that is present in the temporal lobe of our brain. It deals with emotions, especially fear, and is vital for memory and motivation as part of the limbic system. Whatever emotions and feelings we confront, uh, they are signaled or they are processed in amygdala. And whatever motivation comes in our mind, that is also uh, processed in amygdala. So, what is the significance of amygdala? They say that amygdala works as a god dog. Like most people have pets in their houses to keep watchdogs or guard dogs. We keep even in our houses to keep our homes safer. So just like that dog, yeah, or those dogs, amygdala works the same. It helps us to cope up with the external threats, uh, like a sixth sense. This is the same work that is processed in amygdala. So, amygdala is responsible for processing emotions, particularly fear and strong emotions. It helps us respond to dangerous or emotional situations, ensuring our safety and well being. Here comes a question, uh, uh, how amygdala helps us. It helps us remembering facts for a test or exam. It helps us controlling our body movements. It helps us dealing with strong emotions like fear and excitement. Um, See the analogy. What resembles amygdala in real life examples? So we keep puppies at our homes um, that are very friendly to us, and we play with them, and uh, that makes us happy. So, same like amygdala works in our brain. A wise oval that helps you make decisions, which, like you can take the example of a wise oval, like a sharp decision maker. So, amygdala works the same in our brain and helps us in making good and sharp decisions. And it also works as a guard dog and protects us from the external dangers. Third part of the brain is hippocampus, that is also helping hand in learning process. The hippocampus is seahorse shaped in the brain temporal lobe. This is also present in the same part where amygdala was present, and it is just like a seahorse shape. It's crucial for learning, memory, and converting short term to long term memories. So, what's the significance of hippocampus? It is like a memory elephant because it's crucial for learning and memory. As they say that elephants do not forget the way that once they have went through. So, like they don't forget paths and the directions. Uh, similar, Similarly, hippocampus works in our brain and helps us keep remembering different past experiences and things, and in sorting out the things. It acts our brain's memory center, converting short-term memories into long-term memories and assisting with spatial navigation, much like how elephants remember vast territories and navigate through them. Here comes the question: why is the hippocampus essential for your daily life? So, it is essential for our daily life because it keeps our heart beating and our lungs breathing. It helps us find our way around our neighborhood. It lets us learn new things and remember us for the future. It lets us learn new things and remember them for the future. So, actually, these three parts work like a team. The amygdala tells the prefrontal cortex when we feel strong emotions, and then the cortex decide, and then the cortex decides how to respond. The hippocampus helps us remember how we felt and what happened, so we can learn from our new experiences. So all these three parts work together like a team. The amygdala tells the prefrontal cortex when we feel strong emotions, and then the prefrontal cortex comes in and decides how to respond. And hippocampus helps us remember how we felt and what happened in past, so we can learn from our experiences. When we learn something new, the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus work together to store it in our memory. So I hope you have understood the anatomy of the brain and how uh, these three parts act in keeping our memory alive. Sometimes the amygdala might react too strongly, making us feel scared or anxious about an external stimulus, even when there is no real danger. But the prefrontal cortex can step in and calm down the amygdala, remembering us that everything is okay. On the other hand, when we face challenges, the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus work hard to help us find the best solutions and remember what we have learned. These brain parts are like a dream team that keeps us safe, helps us learn, and allows us to handle our emotions and decisions in the best way possible. And this learning these things will help us to control our emotions, feelings, and learning process to make our learning better, better, and more better. Thank you so much. Uh, we'll meet you in the next video. Goodbye.